One word, excited.
Oh, hola, mi nombre es Hihua Choi y soy de Storypal de Corea. Storypal es una plataforma de proyecto de intercambio en línea para escuelas. I think I got it. Last Tuesday, I had an interview with a teacher from Ecuador. His name is Adrian, and he was generous with his time to talk to me for about an hour. And in this video, I have included short snippets of the highlights of our interview. And the Ecuador and Korea is actually special because last year, after long years of negotiation since 2016, Korea and Ecuador agreed on a free trade agreement. So as you can see here, this is just last October. And the final due diligence and everything will happen this year. And then after that, we should expect more interaction and activity, especially trade, import, export between South Korea and Ecuador. And I know that some of you are not necessarily from Ecuador watching this, but well, you know something random and special about Korea and Ecuador. So please enjoy the interview, and thank you, Adrian, again for making your time. See you on Storypal. Bye bye. Storypal started in big part looking at the situations of the Korean students, especially the ones in the public schools who don't get to go to abroad or have any international friends at their young age when their mind is more malleable. So just wanted to thank you for joining us.
My
And
pleasure.
first, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Adrian. My last name is Toledo, and I've been working as an English teacher for 7 years. I've worked with students from 3 years old up to 18 years old.
And what motivated you to do global exchange for the students?
I like to expand my limits, and I also want my students to expand theirs, to think outside the box, to go beyond borders, to use technology. The city that we live is a small city with 70,000 people. Here, you don't find anyone speaking English. So that's a challenge. That's why I use Penpal to make them practice even more in an interesting way. And Storypal is one of the best options for that.
It's like the butterfly effect. So we don't know how this will
Evolve.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Then when you learn that there is not only one fixed way to do things, that there are
Mhm.
multiple ways, that your culture is not always the best one or the
Mm.
right one, that you need to change some stuff, learn from others, adapt, or sometimes you need to make a mix. Okay, I will keep this, but get this. And this
Mhm.
new mixture will make me a
Mm.
better person.
So you have been exchanging with English speaking countries, Canada, America. With Storypal, we have a Korean school, Taiwanese school, Slovenian school, a school from Italy is interested, and Russia, Brazil, uh, Spain is interested. So as you can see, it's not really English native countries. Um, so I wonder how you feel about that.
One word, excited.
Oh,
We live 4 hours away of Miami, United States. In Ecuador, American English is taught at the schools. I always teach them that is not the only accent, and that is not the only country where English is spoken.
mm,
So diversity, I always have taught them about diversity and to see that
mm,
they can communicate with, for example, Korean students or
mhm,
Italian students or Russian students through the use of English, and it makes
mm,
the English classes worth it. I know sometimes we would not be able to understand each other, but
mm.
we all enjoy diversity.
As an Ecuadorian teacher, what would be some of the things that you would share with other teachers and students?
As you asked me what we would like to share,
Mm,
yes, when, first of all, Ecuador is not really famous around the world. A teacher from Texas told me Ecuador is smaller than Texas. So, and it is true, Ecuador is really small. It only has 70 million people. It's a little. Yes, so not everyone has met an Ecuadorian. Students, they need to share their experience. So what Ecuador has to offer to tourists is the climate. Ecuador is called the country of the four wars because we have the jungle, the Amazonas jungle. We have a range of mountains, more than 20 volcanoes. We
Wow.
have the coast, and we also have the Galapagos Island, which is a unique type of weather. You can find it everywhere. So that's why we are called the country of the four worlds. And the interesting thing is that you can visit all those regions in the same day. The diversity in such a small area is what makes Ecuador the most diverse country per square mile. Governments need to push that, need to make that promotion. And if you say we are kind of spokesman of the country. We are the ones in charge of communicate that culture.
How about other cultures in Ecuador?
Well, as I told you, we live 4 hours away of America, so we are really influenced by them. Our foreign television is mainly from America, but between Latin America starts in Mexico, all the way down to Argentina, Chile. But in all these countries, we have a lot of common. We also shared a lot of series, movies, like soap operas that we call them novelas, movies. We usually watch movies from Mexico, from Colombia, for Argentina, and the same happens with series. But the K-pop culture is becoming a trend. The K-pop doramas, and a lot of us know or have tried the kimchi. I don't know
Kimchi.
if it's well pronounced. Kimchi?
Kimchi, yes, yes. Kimchi is
Oh,
perfect.
yes. So, and what else? Here, Samsung is the most famous brand in cell phones. We start classes on April, so I can come back with my students on April to Storypal.
Yeah, I will keep you updated.
Good. Thank you
Okay.
and have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.
Bye. See you.